Our gang. The new Gettysburg, the first day, we played the first scenario. What is it? 16.1? Give them hell, boys. Okay, this is simply First Corps fighting off Heath. A couple of cavalry remnants sitting over on the side over there that didn't really need them for anything. Um, McPherson's Ridge is in the area here where it all starts. All right, so at the start of the scenario, Davis and Archer they're already chewed up. They're kind of on the flanks and not really participating. Although I did get Davis involved, which needed to be careful. That could have been a bad idea had they lost a unit. So it's pretty much Pettigrew and Brockenbrough against Meredith, who was he's already been beat up a little bit by Archer and Davis, and then you've got Rowley's brigade and a bunch of artillery sitting here too. So, and you've got some of is it Stone's? Yeah, you got Stone and Rowley from Doubleday. All right, so you had objectives of Hare Tavern, which the Confederates owned, McPherson House. There's a headquarters, a Union headquarters right here, and a couple of intersections. And the Confederates needed, I think it was 2 victory points or more to be the victor. Okay, so only a 2-turn scenario. I will say this right out of the box: when you get your game, if you already got it, get online and download the rules. They're going to say the same version, 2025, I think it is, version 1.4. The rules in the game are going to say, the series rules are going to say the same thing. But I noticed that in the one that came with the game, rule 9.3C, flanking, is not in the rule book. So you have to download. It might be in the errata telling you that, I don't know. But if not, just download the new one. It's only a few pages you can print. It's no big deal. Okay, so Lee comes on the second turn, which is great because you need that extra activation. So on the second turn, I applied it to Pettigrew, and you can see Pettigrew the Confederates started down in here. So Pettigrew pushed quite a ways. But let's see, Doubleday's, both of his units activated back-to-back, Rowley and Stone. So they weren't able to, they initially stalled Pettigrew, but then Pettigrew's the best brigade in East Division. He just shoved them off this ridge here. Only problem is there's no objectives over here. But that headquarters is sitting right there, and they wanted to take that headquarters, and that headquarters was worth 1 victory point. You can see that Meredith is sitting right here, but the Confederates were the last ones to go through here, Daniel's brigade. So they got that. That's worth 3. All right, good little fight. The blind source system is great because you're not just much like Black Swan. You're not being overburdened by so many miscellaneous counters on the map. So it's a great thing to put on a table and play. You don't have to worry about bumping too much. The counters are a little bit bigger than the half-inch, so easy to read. Your combat results. For the most part, for assessing casualties, is shaken, disrupted, depleted. And then you go to break test. There's no panic test in this one. Well, you do have a panic test, but it doesn't not like Black Swan. It's just an automatic thing that happens. Confederate artillery, they did a little bit of damage, but the Union artillery sitting here, once these guys started moving in, these guys, there you figure they're firing canister at the Confederates. I mean, Daniel, that unit underneath there, he's still at 50, he's still at full strength. If he'd have had anything done to him, they would have wrecked that, and that would have been more victory points. You don't get any victory points for Archer and Davis. You don't get any victory points. Well, you do if Gamble gets depleted, if any of the cavalry units get depleted. And Meredith, the Iron Brigade, they can never be wrecked. So, amazingly enough, I thought maybe the Confederates were going to pull this off. The Lutheran Seminary's back here. That's a big victory point, Hex. That's an automatic victory. Yeah, I never even got close to that. Thought it might happen, but it didn't. So let's take a look at the victory conditions. What happened? Again, this is Blind Swords. So great system. This is the newest release. So we've got Hare Tavern, 2 for the CS. McPherson, 3 for the CS. Crossroads. One of the Crossroad hexes, 2 for the U.S. Another Crossroad, 2 for the U.S. And the Union headquarters, 1. So we've got, and then you got to do all the depleted units. And actually, this is wrong. We'll figure this out together. So you've got, the Union has 4, 5, and then for depleted and broken units on the track, they get another 3.5. So the Union gets 8.5. The Rebs get 5 and 4. They get, well, it did work out. So the Rebs get 9. You take the Rebs, you subtract the Union. The Rebs get a plus 0.5, and that is enough to win. So this is a Union victory. Great little scenario to get you start playing this game. Not a massive number of chits used in it. You get a couple reinforcement event chits that get changed out. Lee comes on as his CIC chit comes on. This game flows too. Just like Black Swan, this flows. And you can really roll through this thing as fast as possible. So there you go, guys. Revolution Games, the first scenario in Gettysburg, the first day. The 16.1 scenario, give them hell, boys. Real fun to play. Look at the map. You see the map, just one little, it's not even a full-size map. There's, I think, 3 maps that come with this game. And I think we might move on to the next scenario of this one, or maybe try one of the other ones I picked up on my small table out here. All right, Revolution Games is another one of Herman's from Herman's Blind Source system. Get it, play it. I think it's pretty cool. Talk to y'all soon.